Tonight on the Local Live, parole is denied for the killer of Larchmont patrolman Arthur DeMatt. The Tiki Invasion 2019 was another hit. See the explosion of colors at the first ever Mamaroneck Art Stroll. And the community is awarded a state grant to reduce food waste. Good evening. It's Thursday, August 1st. I'm Mike Witch. Welcome to the Local Live. Over 4 decades ago, Anthony Blanks shot a Larchmont police officer. Blanks was recently denied parole for the 12th time. Now he has to wait at least 1 more year behind bars. Back in October 1976, Officer Arthur DeMatt responded to a call from a train engineer who reported a man causing a disturbance behind the village supermarket on Palmer Avenue. At the scene, Blanks got hold of the officer's gun and fatally shot him. Blanks also tried to steal DeMatt's car shortly after. At the time, it was reported the 23-year-old from Missouri had a history of mental health issues. Blanks was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to 25 years to life in prison. Now 66 years old, Blanks will have to wait until June 2020 for his next parole interview. The town of Mamaroneck is the lead agency in a community-wide state grant to fight wasting food. Along with Mamaroneck School District and the villages of Larchmont and Mamaroneck, $127,000 is available over a 3-year span. Town Supervisor Nancy Seligson says the community was lucky to have received the grant to focus on educating the public in reducing food waste.
And we have a very active volunteer grant committee that has spearheaded the application and the work plan. And it is really for public education and outreach. So many of the components of the program will address middle school students at the Homix Middle School, but the general public will see information as well. And there's some really fun programs with chefs doing cooking demonstrations and providing recipes as well.
The village of Mamaroneck started a series of street pavings last week. On Monday night, work started on Mamaroneck Avenue between Halstead Avenue and Boston Post Road. However, inclement weather prevented the completion of paving the road overnight. Streets to be done include Taylor's Lane, Shore Acres Drive, and Harrison Avenue from East Boston Post Road to Keeler Avenue. Be sure to visit the Mamaroneck Village website to stay up to date on future milling and paving. We'd like to thank everyone in the community who reached out to their representatives to draw attention to the FCC's rule proposal that puts funding for community media centers like LMC-TV at risk. However, during a hearing and a 3-2 vote on the rule today, August 1st, the FCC has deregulated cable franchising fees. To give you an idea of the ripple effects of the rule change, here's the chair of the Alliance for Community Media Northeast Region, Erica Jones.
And what's at stake here is the fact that the Federal Communications Commission is trying to act as a lawmaking authority, and in fact they have no authority to make or change laws that will affect our industry. What's at stake is the fact that things that were once donated or in-kind donations like 911 emergency lines, or high-speed fiber internet between schools, those all that were considered in-kind donations are now going to be put at a market value, and that market value cost will be deducted from the percentage of what we receive annually from those franchise fees. And that could cripple the smallest organization to even the largest media centers. So from small towns in Maine to the biggest cities like Manhattan, there's so much at risk, and it's just really going to be very devastating.
The local Girl Scout troop successfully convinced Rhinebeck Middle and High School to ban plastic straws from their cafeteria. 2 of the Girl Scouts recently approached Mamaroneck Board of Trustees to see if it would consider their Silver Award project to restrict plastic straws in the village. The ban will be discussed at the board's next work session on August 12th.
Banning plastic straws will be a great help to our waterfront community. We chose this project because we are passionate in reducing the amount of plastic in the environment, particularly the marine life. We are also planning to work with the Marine Education Center to help clean up the sound.
A plastic straw is made in 1 minute and is only used for about an average of 10 minutes. There is officially no beach in the world that does not have some form of plastic in the sand, even beaches uninhabited by humans. In preparation for this meeting, we created a petition and in only a few hours collected almost 200 Mamaroneck resident signatures supporting the ban of plastic straws in the village.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Or maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Local artists and companies in Westchester teamed up to create one big masterpiece this past weekend. Here are some highlights from the first ever Mamaroneck Art Stroll.
Today is the second day of the Art Stroll, and you'll find different businesses throughout the village of Mamaroneck.
We have a tie-dye activity where you can make your own t-shirt. We also have things like pillowcases and kitchen towels and baby onesies, bandanas, and also our handmade goods that we make ourselves.
Okay, so check this out. This is work that was just done by our former resident artist, Joanne Greenbaum. She is a painter who shows with Rachel Uffner Gallery in New York. She made these pieces yesterday in our open studio.
I was born and raised in Havana, Cuba, and most of what I do brings back memories of where I'm from.
What I got here are 12 by 18 chalk portrait. It's done with all sidewalk chalk, and it's done on a piece of bluestone. The bluestone is about a ½ inch thick, and after the chalk goes on, I spray them with a seal coat that protects the chalk from smudging.
I'm so delighted to be part of the Art Stroll today. What a fun weekend. This is a place I spend almost 7 days a week painting and showing my artwork.
Today I am very pleased to be a part of the gallery walk in Mamaroneck, New York. I am a teacher at the School of Rock, and I've loved every minute of it.
This is the first of the annual Mamaroneck Village Art Stroll. Murphy Brothers is happy to be a part of it and hope to be a part of many more to come.
To the artists, makers, and all the business owners that participated, I cannot thank you guys enough. Definitely check out what's going on with Westchester Handmade coming up. Thank you so much.
LMC Cast. the whole system is fine.
All right, cool.
I definitely would recommend doing podcasts if you are someone that likes to get something off your chest, or you want to just talk about anything in the world that just might interest you. Podcast here at LMC TV is amazing.
I hope you're listening out there.
The 4th annual Tiki Invasion and Luau was yet another success. Thanks again to all the sponsors and everyone who came out to support the event, and Good For You Productions and Francisco Ferrisi for the awesome footage. Here's the Tiki Invasion in the spotlight.
Aloha and welcome to the 4th annual Tiki Invasion at Stephen E. Johnston Beach at Harbor Island Park. I'm Matt Sullivan, Executive Director of LMC TV, joined by
Jason Pinto, Recreation Supervisor, Village of Mamaroneck.
Thanks everybody for coming out tonight. This has been a wonderful event and a great partnership, obviously, over the years.
We live in Armagh.
Oh, very good.
Yeah,
So
we
fun.
saw it and wanted to come check it out.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. You having a good time so far?
Awesome, yeah.
Oliver, are you having fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I want to get it. Well, thank
I mean, we're from Mamaroneck, but
Originally, yeah. We live over in Rye Brook now, but now that we have kids, it's a great place to come and enjoy the evening, especially with all the activities.
I would say it's really fun. They have the food, the movie, the beach. It's really nice.
There are fancier beaches around here, but it's not where you are, it's who you're with. And I would rather be with all of you than any other beach around here. This is the best community on the Sound Shore, the most diverse, the most friendly, and the most kind people.
Found a bullet in the woman's body. It's one of ours.
Someone in this department is playing us.
I've got a pretty good idea who.
Okay, in the past few months, there have been a lot of unexplainable deaths.
They're on to us. We need to step up our game. They're going to find out that I'm Abigail Daniels.
What if? Wait a minute. Daniels? Daniela? I think that Daniela is Abigail.
What are you doing here?
I got the call also.
It wouldn't be because you killed him.
I'm starting not to trust the chief either.
Me neither.
And now here's some of what's happening around town. Talking Technophobia with Kevin Vacna is back this Friday, August the 2nd at 7 p.m. right here in the LMC TV studio. This month's film is Ex Machina. Learn more at lmctv.org and sign up for the class. Space is limited. Popcorn and snacks will be provided. Start your morning off with a cup of coffee with a cop. The Larchmont Police Department will be at the Down to Earth Farmers Market Saturday, August the 3rd at 9 a.m. Stop by and get to know your local police officers. The Hudson Valley Shakespeare Festival will put on a performance of Julius Caesar from Mamaroneck's Summer Nights on the Sound this Saturday, August the 3rd at 6 p.m. This is a free event and will take place at Harbor Island Park. We'll see you there. And join the Mystery Tour Band as they rock out at Memorial Park on Monday, August the 5th. The live performance will feature all your Beatles favorites from the 60s. The show starts at 7 p.m. Families in Larchmont can get a closer look at the moon and stars on Wednesday, August 7th at Flint Park. The public library is hosting a telescope party with Dr. Lawrence Fultz, starting at 8:15 p.m. Here's the head of Children's Services, Rebecca Teglis, to tell us all about the library's telescope lending program and future events.
We started a telescope lending program about 3 years ago, and people borrow it. You have to have a Larchmont Library card to borrow it in good standing. And we loan it out for 1 week. We are flexible because sometimes it's cloudy or sometimes it rains, and we do allow a renewal if they need it. And it's been really popular. We've had a pretty good wait list for it, and people have really enjoyed it.
How long is the wait list?
It's about, I would say about 3 weeks now, so it's not too bad. There's a big focus in the schools, and we do believe it's important, on STEM education, science, technology, engineering, and math. And we wanted to add to that by having availability for the telescope for children. There's a monthly sky chart, and we hand that out, and it tells them exactly what they're looking at with the different constellations, and it directs them what the north part of the sky is and what's going on in the south part of the sky. And it also says different things that are going to be happening, different celestial events that month, and it gives the dates. So far we've heard that people have been able to see a lot with it, even planets, and of course the moon is always a popular one. Once a year we have someone come in, at least once a year, to use the telescope with people so people can understand what they can see. The event's going to be held next Wednesday at 8:15 at Flint Park, and we're working with Dr. Lawrence Fultz, who used to be a president of the Westchester Amateur Astronomers. So we're really excited to be working with him. He's actually borrowing other telescopes too, so that there's not such a wait to be able to look, so everybody will really get to see a good view from there.
Do you have a news tip? Seen anything interesting around town? Is there breaking news in your community? Send your videos, comments, pictures, and tips to the Local Live, your news source of Larchmont and Mamaroneck.
And remember, if you miss Thursday's live broadcast, you can catch replays of the Local Live twice a day on this channel and find story clips on our YouTube channel. Also, be sure to follow us on Facebook to stay up to date on things you may have missed. Thank you for watching The Local Live. I'm Mike Witch. We'll see you next week live from the Mamaroneck Village Summer on the Avenue block party. Have a good night.
If you are interested in sponsoring this or other programs on LMC TV, contact us for more information.